और बताइए आप excited हैं? We can chat, we can really have a lot of fun in this live. मैं देव का वेट कर रही हूँ. I'm waiting for Dev to come live. So yeah, if you have any questions, please speak with me because I'm live and I'm really happy to be live for all of you. Hi everyone. Welcome to Cooking for India with me, Shipra Khanna. And today is a dessert masterclass. I thought it's really happy outside with flowers and trees and nature. So why not have a live session here? Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. Hello, everyone. I am okay. So somebody asked me which dessert am I making? I'm making saffron ras malai today. And Dave is making a panna cotta. I will let him speak about his dessert. Hi, Matt. Okay, so I'm looking for my guest. Let me see. Hi, Somesh, Narendra, Jitendra, Chirag, Tony, Paul India, Sunita, Nadeem Bikas. That's on Instagram. I'm still looking for Dave. Okay, so my guest will be joining in shortly. And here. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Amazing. It's so amazing to have you live on my fundraiser, and you're doing an amazing job. I'm super, super excited to have you here. And we all are waiting because I told them I'm making a saffron ras malai. It's an Indian cheese dumpling. And I wanted them to know from you, what are you going to be making today?
Yeah, so today I'm making a vanilla panna cotta with a strawberry coulis. A really classical combination of flavors, but it's super delicious and super easy to make as well. So, and also thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to, cook with you.
Yeah, likewise. So how are you doing? And I'm really glad that you came on board and accepted my request to join the fundraiser. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. It's a great thing you're doing. And yeah, it's a great cause. So thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And it's a pleasure. So let's start with your dessert, Dave. Yeah?
Yeah, so I might as well get started. So for panna cotta, it's basically like a cream and milk that is flavored with whatever you would like, and that's set with gelatin. So I'm just going to start by blooming my gelatin. So I'm going to mix some powdered gelatin with just a little bit of room temperature water.
Okay, so now you have to tell me what quantity of gelatin are you using, because all these people would all be asking this question, right? So I'm just being the MC for this live. So yes.
Yeah, so I'm using 1.5 teaspoons of gelatin with 2 tablespoons of room temperature water. And with spoon, I'm going to give it a quick mix. You do this at the start because it does take about 5 minutes for it to bloom. The next thing I'm going to do, in a medium saucepan, I'm going to add 300 milliliters of heavy cream. 200 milliliters of milk. 4 tablespoons of just some regular white sugar.
Okay.
And finally, my vanilla bean. So like I said, I'm making a vanilla flavored panna cotta today. Yeah. But you can make whatever flavor you would like. It works really well. I have tried making a rose flavored panna cotta before. It tastes really, really delicious. But yeah, you can just add whatever flavor you want at this point right now. So I'm just cutting my vanilla bean. And I'm also going to put the little stem as well. Normally people would throw this away, but when warming up your milk and cream, it just gives it more vanilla flavor. So don't throw that away. And I'm just going to give it a quick mix with my spatula before putting it on medium heat until it basically just warms up. You do not want it to boil. You just want it to get really hot. So I'm just going to take this to the stove.
Nice. So a lot of people, they were asking a lot of questions. They're saying it's going to be so creamy and so yummy. But do you have more tips if you can just make it with only cream?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
So can you make the same recipe with only cream is what somebody is asking?
You could, but I definitely think there needs to be a balance between cream and milk because there is already so much cream in it. You don't want it to be too thick either. So it's best to follow this, but if you really want to, you can use cream as well.
Okay.
You can also use, for vegans, you can also use coconut milk and coconut cream if you would like to do that.
Yeah, that's yummy.
It's a little bit different, but it still works.
Yeah, it's like really delicious. Like I love the flavor of coconut. It's so delicate. Yum.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So I want to make sure you keep on mixing this. Don't let it burn at the bottom. And you also want to just keep an eye on your gelatin. Basically, what you're looking for is for it to be hardened. Like it should become sort of like a jelly. So it shouldn't take too long. I'll give mine probably another minute before adding it to my milk and cream.
Okay, so I'll just do a quick recap. Dave here is making a vanilla panna cotta and he's heating the milk and cream and he's already soaked the gelatin. And the milk, he says, the milk and cream mixture doesn't need to be at a boiling temperature. It just needs to be lukewarm, correct?
Yeah, a little bit more than lukewarm, but it should be like just before boiling. So the gelatin can properly dissolve inside. Yeah.
Perfect. So till the time Dave is heating the cream and milk, I'm going to request you guys to please donate. The link is on my bio and even on my profile. This is Cooking for India, where Dave and myself, we are cooking live. It's a dessert masterclass. And of course, we're thrilled to be here on a Saturday. It's a beautiful day here. You can see. I thought it's, I really thought I'm up north and I thought that it's really an amazing time to be outside and might just pour, it'll start pouring in some time. But I just thought it's so nice and lively and, just be out. And it's a great space to be live. So
at this point, my gelatin has fully dissolved and has fully bloomed. You can tell because it's like solid now. It's no longer a paste. So I'm just going to quickly add this to my milk and cream. And you want to make sure you mix it and dissolve it really well before taking it off the heat.
Perfect. So you're putting all the gelatin in the warm milk, right? Warm milk and cream mixture.
Yes. This gelatin is the thing that's going to actually make it panna cotta. It's going to make it set. Otherwise, it'll just be milk and cream, nothing special.
And also, guys, when you're using gelatin, you have to be very, very careful because if you over put the gelatin, the entire panna cotta will the delicacy of the delicate texture of panna cotta will just get destroyed. So it has to be just right. It cannot be more. And if it's less, then it will not set. So you have to be very, very particular with the amount of gelatin you're adding to. And of course, the quantities you have to be very, very careful with.
Yeah, definitely. Gelatin can be a tricky thing sometimes.
Yeah.
But just follow this amount and you should be okay.
And those of you who are using a gelatin sheet, one sheet is almost 1.5 teaspoon of gelatin. So just use one sheet for this recipe. And yes, you can of course make it like Dave said, you can make it with coconut milk as well. So for those of you on other streams, Dave is making panna cotta, vanilla panna cotta with berry coulis. So he started making the panna cotta now. He's dissolved the gelatin and now he's mixed it with milk and cream mixture, and he's mixing it.
Yeah. So my gelatin has now fully dissolved into my milk and cream and vanilla. I can tell because I can't see any big lumps anymore. It all is like I can feel it with my spatula. It all feels homogeneous. So I'm now going to strain it into a measuring cup. I use a measuring cup because of the little spout at the end. It's easy to pour into my molds, but you can also just strain it into a bowl. And straining it just gets any big lumps of gelatin that you might have in there. It just allows it to be really extra smooth and creamy. If you don't have vanilla bean, you can also just use vanilla extract, or I find vanilla bean paste works almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
So both works fine.
And also, Dave, what I do with the vanilla bean pot, I just add it to my sugar pot, and the entire sugar becomes like vanilla sugar. So whenever you're making dessert, you can just use it. Vanilla is like, it's a beautiful spice in any case, especially when you're making desserts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So my panna cotta mixture is cool. Now I'm just gonna pour it into my mold. So traditionally, panna cotta is made with dairy molds, which is what I'm using here. I have found that they can be quite hard to find sometimes. So even pouring it into ramekins or a small bowl works really well. I also have silicone dairy molds just because it makes it so much easier to come out of the mold in a perfect shape. So, and I also like to put my molds onto a plate just because when it is filled, it may be a little bit hard to carry the molds to the fridge. So I'm just going to pour my mixture just before the top of it. And this recipe should make about 4 to 6 panna cottas, depending on how big your molds are. So I'm going to take these 2 molds and put them in the fridge.
Awesome. That's really nice. So Dave here, he has put his gelatin and cream and milk mixture, and he's put it in the refrigerator to set. And till he comes back, I'm going to start with my recipe, Dave. I wanted to start in the middle because when you start the coulis, you can do it. But, I need, there's a lot of process in this also. So I thought it'll be more entertaining and fun if we, do it simultaneously, right? And
yeah, sure. 100%.
Okay, so here I have some cottage cheese which I made with milk. So I curdled it with curd. So it was 1 liter of milk, and I used a cup of yogurt or curd. And then of course I put it in a muslin cloth, and I made sure there's no water in this. And now I am just going to rub it. I've been doing that because it takes really, really long to actually make it into a fine, smooth kind of a paste. So for all of you who have joined me live, I am making saffron rasmalai, and this is the cottage cheese. ये पनीर है, cottage cheese है जो मैंने दूध को फाड़ के बनाया है. 1 लीटर दूध में मैंने 1 कप दही डाला, और जब वो फट गया तो मैंने उसको एक मसलिन क्लॉथ से छान दिया. और उसके बाद जब उसके अंदर बिल्कुल भी पानी नहीं रहा, लुक एट दैट, इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ डो, तब मैंने उसको इसके अंदर डाल दिया है. इसको हमें रब करना है ताकि इसके अंदर बिल्कुल भी लम्प्स ना रहे. आई डोंट वांट एनी लम्प्स इन दिस, so I'm just rubbing it all together. And to this mixture, and then what happens is, the way to check it is you just put it in your hand, and you will see, like, once I make a ball out of it, because it's rasmalai, so it's going to be like flattened balls. So I don't want any cracks in it, because if you see cracks in this, अगर इसके अंदर crack दिखेगा तो जैसे ही मैं उसको मिल्क के अंदर बॉईल करूंगी वो फट जाएगा. So it's just going to kind of spread. The entire mixture will completely mix in the milk once I'm boiling it. So the most important thing is that we don't want cracks. So it needs to be mashed really, really well. And to this mixture, I'm going to add a little bit of corn flour. इसके अंदर मैं corn flour डाल रही हूँ, around 1.5 spoon, so that it makes a dough. एक binding हो जाएगी इसकी. It'll just bind the dough together. So once I leave these balls in the milk, it will not it'll not kind of mix in the milk. It'll stand it, so it'll hold its shape. अब इसको अच्छे से हमें mix करना है. And till the time I'm doing this, simultaneously I would like to heat the milk. So here I have milk and I'm heating it. Now I need to bring it to boil. To boil. I'm going to add sugar to it, and I'm going to add saffron, reduce the volume. And I have green cardamom powder, a little bit of sugar. I mean, it really depends how much sugar you want to put. I don't like it very, very sweet. And I'm going to add this saffron mixture. So I have put saffron strands into warm water. और इसका कलर ऐसा आया है. ये केसर है, इसके अंदर मैंने गर्म पानी में इसको डाला है, तो इसका ये कलर आ गया है. That's it. So I let this mixture boil. That's it. I let this boil, and I'll just keep mixing my cottage cheese mixture. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder in it, and now I'm going to mix while you make the coulis.
Sure. So I'm going to get started. This is so the panna cotta in itself is really, really delicious, but it can sometimes be too rich and too creamy. So this coulis is very tart and a little bit sour while being sweet, and it just goes really, really well with the panna cotta. I guess that's why vanilla panna cotta with a berry coulis is such a popular combination. So I'm just going to start with
it's a classic.
250 grams of whole strawberries. You can cut it up; it makes it a little bit quicker, but I find it's not really necessary. And mostly with this coulis, you don't have to measure too much as long as you add the core ingredients, which is a berry of your choice. Today I'm using strawberry, sugar, and lemon juice, and put it over medium heat while mashing. It works pretty well. But for this recipe, 250 grams of strawberries, a quarter cup of white sugar, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. If you don't have lemon juice, you just can use whatever citrus you have, like lime, orange maybe can work. I've never really tried that before. But as long as there's some citrus, because that helps break the strawberries down to make a really lovely sauce. So I'm going to take this to the stove, and using a whisk, I'm just going to mash it down while it's cooking.
Okay, so let's repeat it again, Dave. So Dave is making a coulis. He's got strawberries, lemon juice, sugar, right?
Yeah.
And a little bit of water, is it? Or no?
No, I find just the sugar, when it melts, and the lemon juice is enough liquid in itself to make it a really lovely sauce.
They have a lot of juice in itself as well.
Yeah.
So what else can we use if we don't have strawberries in season?
Yeah, so you can use whatever berry you want. I find like I said, a sour or a tart berry works the best, just because it goes really well with the creaminess of the panna cotta. So maybe raspberries can be a really good substitution. You can even mix berries if you would like you can do half strawberries, half raspberry, or blueberry, blackberry, whatever you would like. would work really well. So yeah, just whatever you have. You can also use frozen strawberries or frozen berries if that's easier. But for me, fresh is always better.
Okay, so Dave, tell me, by the time the coulis is getting done, let's know you a little better. So tell me, what kind of cuisine do you love to cook?
I think I am a very, diverse cook. I love to cook all cuisines. Like whatever my style of cooking is, whatever I see on the internet that I really like or I want to replicate, I just try and do it. And that could be from any cuisine, any like it could be savory or sweet. I just like to do everything. But if I choose one cuisine, Indian, just because I'm so familiar with it. Mum always makes it at home, so it's really great.
So who's your inspiration, Dave? Is your mother your idol? So she's a good.
Yes, absolutely. My mom has taught me so much. She has been cooking with me since I was really, really young. So I thank her so much for what she's done because most of what I know about cooking is because of her. I know my flavors so well because of her. So yeah, it's really all thanks to her, and she has inspired me so much.
Wow, that's so amazing. So my mother's also an amazing cook, and I have learned this pandemic. I've learned so many recipes from my mother's friends as well because they are like mothers to me. They're my mother's friends since like donkey's years. So I've learned like so many regional recipes. It's really, really amazing. And of course, food is food and cooking is so much fun that you can never have enough. There's so much to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
You can never have enough. Yeah.
There are so many cuisines, so many different types of foods out there that you can keep on cooking, and it's so much fun. It's such a joy to make
what
your
class?
own food.
I hear that you go to school. So what class are you studying in?
So I am in year 9 at the moment. So slowly the studies are getting more and more. So I do try to balance it the best I can. So normally for me, weekends are my cooking time, and that's sort of my free time. I just try different things.
Amazing. And I heard that you're doing like some your own fundraiser with UNICEF. That's really amazing. That's so awesome.
I just think it's really, I feel really sad what's happening in India at the moment. The COVID situations, it's really bad. So just any amount of money, anything helps, even spreading awareness. So yeah, just like you. So it's a really great thing you're doing. Yeah.
Really fantastic. So see, here I'm trying to shape up my rasmalai, and I'm making sure there are no cracks in it because if there are cracks, then it's going to kind of it's just going to break in the milk. तो मैं रसमलाई बना रही हूँ यहाँ पर और देव से बातें कर रही हूँ, लेकिन यहाँ पे रसमलाई के अंदर देखिए बिल्कुल भी क्रैक नहीं होना चाहिए, तो बहुत टाइम लगता है इसको ठीक से शेप करने में ताकि इसके अंदर बिल्कुल भी क्रैक्स ना रहें. ये देखिए, आप देख सकते हैं अभी भी क्रैक्स हैं इसके अंदर जो मेरे को हटाने हैं. तो आप इसको जितना मसलेंगे इकट्ठा उतना ये होता जाएगा पतला, मतलब उतना ही ये इकट्ठा होता जाएगा और क्रैक्स नहीं आएंगे इसके अंदर. तो इसको काफी हमें मैश करना पड़ेगा. That's the only way to check it. तो जो लोग अभी हमें ज्वाइन किए हैं उनके लिए Dave is making a panna cotta with strawberry coulis. और उसने अपना panna cotta सेट करने के लिए फ्रिज में रख दिया है. He's put the panna cotta in the refrigerator to set, and he's preparing the coulis. And here I'm making saffron rasmalai, केसर रसमलाई, और यहाँ पे मेरे पास पनीर है इसके अंदर जो मैंने घर पे बनाया है, और इसके अंदर मैंने थोड़ा सा कॉर्नफ्लोर डाला है और थोड़ा सा बेकिंग पाउडर. और अब मैं इसको मैश कर रही हूँ ताकि इसके मैं छोटे छोटे डम्पलिंग्स बना सकूं. I think it's getting together now. इसमें बिल्कुल भी क्रैक्स नहीं आने चाहिए. And
So, just one thing for my coolie. I have just covered the pot right now.
Yeah.
I've got to mention that doing that just allows, again, the strawberries to break down, everything to get well combined. But you just make sure you don't leave the pot on for too long without mixing it, and just keep making sure you're mashing the strawberries down with your whisk. Otherwise, it won't properly break down.
Okay, perfect. So have you ever eaten rasmalai, Dave?
Yeah, ras malai. That's probably one of the most nostalgic Indian desserts for me. I've had ras malai so many times. It's really delicious.
Really amazing. It's a Bengali
Yeah.
dessert, and a lot of Bengali desserts are really mouth-watering, and it's really amazing. It's one of my favorite desserts too. I just love it. I can have it like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It is. It's really
so
good.
delicious. Yeah. So I like to make a lot of flavors in rasmalai. So one of my TV shows in the UAE, I made a pan rasmalai with all the beetle leaf flavors. Then I made for another show, I'd made rose rasmalai with gulukan, like the sweetened rose petals, and that was also like really. I think with rasmalai, you can never go wrong. It's such an amazing dessert.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's really delicious. I have also tried using rose in my panna cotta too. For me, it's just one of my favorite flavors. Just again, because Mum also really loves the flavor of rose. It's really
It's
nice.
the national flower of India. So you have to be proud of your heritage and use it in food. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, I'm really excited about your panna cotta. So I hope we could just exchange our desserts and enjoy them.
So my coolie is about probably 5 to 7 minutes away from being done.
Wow.
Basically, what should happen is the sugar should start to melt, and as the strawberries break down, you can start seeing the liquid getting a little bit red, and that's basically a good sign. You just once every can't see any more big lumps of strawberry, everything's broken down. There might be small lumps that you basically can't really get rid of. You just want to turn it off there. You don't want to go overboard with the cooking with it.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. That's a good tip. So here my rasmalai, the cheese dumplings have also started coming together. Here you are. अब ये रसमलाई अपना जो शेप है और क्रैक्स नहीं है इसमें, एक जैसी हो रही है वो. You can see it. So I put a little bit of baking powder because then it just kind of lightens the rasmalai once it's in milk, and it becomes like really light and fluffy.
Yeah. So what flavor did you say you were going to do for your rasmalai?
Sorry, come again.
What flavor did you say you were going to do for?
I am doing a saffron flavor. I've used saffron in milk. Yeah. यानी कि केसर रसमलाई बना रही हूँ मैं. I love saffron. It's a really nice flavor, and it gives like a lot of it's like at home. It's like so cozy and it's really nice.
And and it has such a beautiful color as well.
Yeah.
Like a really nice yellow.
I'll show it to you. It's nice and yellow with orange strands in it. So the milk is boiling. So once it starts boiling, one by one, I'll start putting these dumplings inside. Here we are. So I'm putting it.
I'll just show you my coolie the progress. It's not fully done yet, but as you can see, it is. I don't know if you can, it does still have a bit of lumps in it, but you can really see a sauce forming. Just give it a couple more minutes, and once it all breaks down, it'll be like super smooth. It should be once you strain it, super smooth, but super delicious. And at this point, I think it's best to taste it. If you do think it needs more sugar, add it now so it still has some time to melt and dissolve.
Wow.
But again, I think this recipe is perfect. You don't really need to change it too much. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
add
it's a
that.
classic. You know, you can never go wrong with classic, right?
Yeah.
और ये देखिए, ये रसमलाई मेरी अच्छी से शेप बन गई है, बिल्कुल क्रैक्स नहीं है इसके अंदर। और अब मैं इसको अपने केसर वाले मिल्क के अंदर मिलाऊंगी। I'm going to add these dumplings into my saffron milk. And you can see, you know, it's just as the milk is boiling, all these dumplings are coming on top. It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's just like such a pleasure to watch all this, especially when you're cooking, you know, and you see
Yeah.
your recipe coming out well. It's really
Yeah,
amazing.
that is the best feeling, just knowing it's
Yeah.
worked out. And obviously, sometimes in the kitchen there are some failures, but that's okay too. You learn.
It's okay, you know, you fail and you try again and, you know, you succeed. And I really don't think there's anything as known as a failure, because, you know, whenever you think it's a failure, it's just a chance for you to learn something new.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And it's so true, because you know, I always take any challenge. I love challenges, and I just take it as one of an opportunity to do better, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And yes, I think we should you know, talk to the people as well. So it'll be good, you know, you see some messages, why don't you reply to a few, Dave?
Yeah, sure. I would also recommend at this point, if you have used your only strainer for the panna cotta mixture, just give that a quick clean, because you will have to strain your sauce.
Perfect. And here I am making, hi friends, I'm making saffron rasmalai. तो ये रसमलाई का जो चीज है मैंने घर पे बनाया है, और गरम गरम उबलते हुए केसर वाले मिल्क के अंदर मैं इसको डाल रही हूँ. आई एम मेकिंग these cottage cheese dumplings. I'm just making sure there are no cracks in it, and I'm putting it in boiling saffron milk, which has sugar and cardamom powder. So here we
So
are.
somebody's just asked if you can use agar for the panna
Yeah.
cotta. That's also another setting agent. I've never done it before. I just don't know if it would work the same. Definitely the amounts added will have to be changed, but I mean, I might have to give it a go to see if it works, because I've never really done anything other than gelatin.
Oh yeah, no, you can add agar. It is a vegetarian replacement to gelatin, because gelatin is made with animal. I mean, some people are vegetarian and they do not like to use gelatin, of course, for obvious reasons. So agar is the perfect replacement. You use a little more. If he's using 1.5 teaspoon of gelatin in this, you use 2 teaspoons of agar. You need it a little more. And it's a white in color. You need to break it, soak it in water. The consistency is just like gelatin, and add it to the panna cotta. It'll become a vegetarian panna cotta.
My coulis is now complete. So basically, it's now a really nice sauce. There are just a little bit of lumps that you can't really get rid of, but it is a really nice and thick sauce that will thicken further in the fridge. But for now, you want to just strain it into a bowl, just to get rid of any remaining big lumps, and just chuck in the fridge along with your panna cotta. And I'm not sure if I mentioned the time for the panna cotta. It does take about 4 hours for it to set. You can obviously leave it in longer than that, but if you are making this, I would definitely recommend planning ahead of time, because it does take a while. For me, I had already prepared a previous batch for the plating, but it does take about 4 hours to fully set.
Okay, I just tasted the rasmalai and I've added a little more sugar. I don't want it very, very sweet. और थोड़ी सी चीनी और डाल दी है मैंने इसमें. And somebody is asking if they can use black grapes in this recipe instead of strawberry.
I'm sorry, what?
Somebody just asked that if you can use black grapes as a replacement to strawberry in this.
Yes, you definitely can. Like I said, it's completely customizable, completely up to you. The berries will work the same, so you don't have to worry about that. The flavor obviously will be a little bit different, but I just can't imagine that being bad. It would still taste super, super delicious. So yeah, just go with what you have. And you can also, like I said, you can mix blackberries with something else. It would equally just taste equally as good.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'll I'm just going through the questions. A lot of people are calling you a hero. Okay. Oh, nice.
So I've got my sauce here. I made a little bit of a mess with the strainer, but I'm just going to put it in the fridge just so it can cool down. Obviously, you can do while it's hot, serve it while it's hot. I just don't think it will be as good though, so I'll just put it in the fridge to cool down.
Nice. Hi everyone, thank you for joining us live, and this is Cooking for India, and please do donate. The link for donation is in my bio, and it's also on my profile. And here Dave and myself are cooking desserts for you. He's making a vanilla panna cotta with strawberry kuli, and I'm making saffron rasmalai. So it's really, really nice to have. And please, yes, throw in your questions. A lot of people are asking if they can ask whatever questions. Yes, of course you can. And okay, so somebody just said that they've had the maximum, like best recipes in Junior Master Chef. So is that true?
I did have the most amount of wins, but I just felt like everyone there was just such great cooks, and I felt the experienced MasterChef was so great, mainly because the other contestants, we all had similar passion, similar interests, so we just got along so well. I made some great friends over there, and yeah, it was just such a great experience. It was so much fun.
Yeah, truly it is. It's really nice. Sandeep has also joined in and he's saying hi. Yeah, of course, you can make instant rasmalai also, but rasmalai traditionally is really, really nice. So why change that? Why make everything in life so instant? So yeah. So Dave, can you request everyone to can they support the fundraiser once, and it'd be really nice to have a shout out from you.
Yeah, so just a quick reminder that this live stream is for Shipra's fundraiser. It's such a great cause. Obviously, India's going through a lot at the moment, so any amount of donation or even spreading awareness would greatly be appreciated. So please donate whatever you can. I assume the link is in Shipra's page. It's gonna make a lot of difference, whatever amount you donate. So, yeah.
Yes, the amount doesn't matter, it's the intention. And of course, the funds are going to be used for COVID relief in India by Care India and Care Australia. They're supporting the cause, which is really, really amazing. So guys, you have you have really nice recipes to learn here. And of course, it's for a cause. So it's even more better, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely do need people in India. They're going through so much right now, families. So it'll just be so much. It'll be really appreciated by everyone. If just a small donation would help.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody asked if they need to put fat in the, cottage cheese in India. When you make it yourself, you call it chena. So okay, that's the word. Okay. So somebody just asked me that if you have to add a little bit of fat in the cottage cheese, but cottage cheese is actually, it is the fat in the milk. So if you take like a full fat milk, you will get more cottage cheese when you break it down. with yogurt, and you can break it down with yogurt, you can break it down with vinegar or lemon juice. It needs some acidity to separate the fat from the liquid. Yeah. I think it's going to
So I'm
rain.
gonna,
Just look at
I was
that.
gonna,
Can you, Dave? I'm sorry to
sorry,
distract
you
you. I said I can hear the rumbling of the clouds, so it's going to rain here any moment, which is amazing. I love rain.
I'm gonna go get my panna cotta. Like I said, I have already made a batch before this morning, and I have allowed it more than 4 hours to set because it definitely needs that amount of time. So minimum 4 hours. Otherwise, when you do try to unmold it, it will just the bottom may seem set, but the top will just like fall apart. So make sure you leave sufficient time for this. It definitely is a bit time consuming, but I think it is 100% worth it. So I'm just going to go get my...
Yes, do that. Okay, so I am making rasmalai. I'm making saffron rasmalai. मैं saffron rasmalai बना रही हूँ और अभी जो रसमलाई के डम्पलिंग्स हैं वो मैंने दूध में डाल दिए हैं और अब वो मुझे उबालने हैं कम से कम 15-20 मिनट के लिए जब तक ये प्रॉपर्ली पक नहीं जाते. I'm going to keep boiling these dumplings. I did not make it in advance because you can buy these things outside, and I did not want to do anything. I mean, you can just boil it, and I love to chat in any case. So I thought I'll get to know you better, and by the time we chat, we'll have the rasmalai ready.
So I'm now going to attempt to unmold my panna cotta. This can be nerve-wracking sometimes, but since I have my silicone mold, I think it just makes it so much easier to get out. So with a small knife, I'm just going to go around the edges of the panna cotta just to make sure it comes out super nicely. And just going to give it a slight press. You don't want to put too much pressure, otherwise it can ruin the perfect finish of it. And here it is.
Wow.
One test I like to do with panna cotta, just give it a little shake,
yeah.
And if it jiggles like that, that is
that's
perfect.
A perfect panna cotta. I want it.
One thing you might notice that all the vanilla bean seeds move to, I don't know if you can see it, but it moves to the top of the panna cotta. This doesn't mean all the flavor is just there. The flavor has been evenly distributed all around because we have heated up our milk and cream. I'm also going to go get my coolie to top it all off.
Wow.
So I'm just going to, I guess, pour this on top, just a little zigzag. And
it looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yummy.
That's my vanilla bean panna cotta with strawberry coulis. So.
Yum. Nice. Wow.
I think this is a really easy but really, really delicious, decadent, creamy, but I guess fresh because of the strawberry coulis, and it's definitely something worth trying. So, yeah, definitely give it a go.
Absolutely, I'm dying to have it. Seriously, and my rasmalai is also ready. Don't forget to take a picture, Dave, and send it across. Yeah. And here is my rasmalai. I want to show it to everyone. Can you see the color? See the color and see the color. Of course, it's it's really, really hot. You can see the steam, but it's bright yellow in color. I don't know. It's a little, because it's liquid, so I really can't. I mean, I can't just turn it around. But I'm going to garnish it with slivered almonds. That's how I like it. You can add some pistachios as well, and of course there are saffron strings on top, which are really pretty.
It looks so good.
I'm gonna enjoy it once it rains. I'm just waiting for it to rain. And see the milk, it has thickened. If you see, once I pour it, it's become like thick. You see? Oh, it started drizzling. Wow. And I'm going to add some almonds on top. So I made like good 8 rasmalais out of 1 liter of milk, which is really amazing. I hope you enjoyed this recipe of saffron rasmalai, kesar rasmalai, and of course the vanilla panna cotta with strawberry coulis. Thank you so much, Dev. It was
No, thank
such
you
an
so much for having
amazing
me.
session. Yeah.
Yeah. Just please make sure you donate to Shipra's fundraiser and also to mine. It's in my bio as well. It would mean a lot. Even any amount of money, just anything helps. And yes, thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure, Dev. It was really amazing. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. Stay well. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, Dave. Chill.